Hey guys, it's me, back on Exoskeleton, and today I'm going to be shooting a video on how to make an easy paper Winter Soldier arm from the new Falcon and Winter Soldier series. So this one's going to be a bit different. It's not vibranium. We're going to be using simple silver paper. And yeah, this is going to be a pretty simple paper craft. And we're going to be focusing on function, on design instead of function. So it's the exact opposite of what the hacksmith did. So yeah, here's the basic materials, and I've divided this craft into 3 simple steps. So they are the endoskeleton, the exoskeleton, and then the scales. So the scales are just basically the design piece, which we're going to use the silver paper for, so we don't need that yet. And the endoskeleton is almost prepared, which is right there. So I've went ahead and prepared the endoskeleton because it was pretty simple, and the step gets harder and harder. The exoskeleton is going to be a bit more difficult than this. So yeah, for the endoskeleton, this is all you have to do. There is a bunch of strips of A4 paper which are numbered and labeled. So it basically goes in the order like 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then here are 2 of these. So yeah, you can go ahead and make this, and these are supposed to go on your arm. That's for the muscles, the highest amplitude, the longest strip is for the muscles, and then right below is where above the elbow, there goes the number 3, number 2 goes there, and number 1 goes here. So in this way you can arrange the endoskeleton, and we're gonna use this like that, and then we're gonna put this in there, so which will make a pretty sturdy interior. So let's quickly do that. Make sure you can perfectly put them inside as well, and for that you can put the taped side outwards, otherwise it would stick in your hand. Yep, and you also want to make it as tight as possible, at the same time leaving like a little bit gap so it can slide through easily. So that's what you have to keep in mind. So we're gonna start with number 4. And number 3. Number 2 like that. So it should line up perfectly, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, like that. And then we're gonna add the number 1 on the contraption like this. So let's see, number 1 is right there. And also, I forgot to mention, make sure this strip of paper goes right in the middle of the elbows, so you can move it like that. So I'll take it out for a minute, and then wait, I forgot. It should go There, okay, got it. So the step 1 is pretty complete. That was pretty quick. So the step 2 might just be the hardest step, because it's gonna need a lot of tape and paper. So how we're gonna do this is, let's start from the top. We're gonna have to cover everything in A4 paper. So let me think for a minute. I think it would be easier just to tape it in there. Okay, let's just do it normal, sticking it around. Okay, I'm pretty confused for a minute right there. Yeah, let's just go normally from the top. So in this step, we just basically have to cover everything in A4 paper. There's no restrictions or any specific methods. You just have to cover it in A4, so it shapes like a hand. That was too small. Let's use this one. So there's the paper on the fourth till the third piece. So if I put it on my arm, it should fit perfectly. Like that. And you can do some tiny folds here and there to make it look more like muscular. You don't want it to look pretty dull like just normal A4. You can squish it here and there like that. And I'm gonna do the same for the rest of the pieces, and I'll be back. Okay, so completed the front part forearm as well, and it's looking pretty neat. So there's a huge gap in the elbow, which I'm gonna show you guys how to fix. So let me quickly put it on to show you how much I've accomplished till now. It's pretty simple to put on. It's like that, and then you have to push it in a bit more. It's a bit tight up on the muscles, but then you'll get the perfect one. And then it covers this part of the elbow as well, so when you squish them together it notches out. And there's always a small piece of tape that's not working out. So yeah, so once that is done, we have this problem. So how we're gonna fix it is by making a sort of a cap, a spherical cap, which I'm going to show you guys how to make. So just a simple oval piece of paper and then a lot of folds like this. And we can use the same method for the shoulder as well, because the part above the muscles are a bit empty as well. So I'm gonna do that after I complete this. And then you have that kind of piece ready, which can perfectly fit in there, like that. There it is. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's the cap. And the next thing I wanted to show you guys is how to fix this thing. This is looking a bit more cylindrical, so you can fix it by squishing it together to give it the shape of your real arm, like that. And then we can use a rubber band or anything of such sorts to fix it in place, like that. So you can do that, or you can just put some bands around. That's a technique you can use. So yeah, I'm going to do that as well, and once I finish that, I'll show you guys how to do the fingers. So I made the shoulder piece as well and attached the elbow piece, but the elbow piece is a bit floppy and not fixed in position, so I made this. Now this is a pretty simple design of band I made myself, and there's two staplers at a certain distance so it can strap around like a watch. And so yeah, you can put these strips of silver paper normally, and then later on at the end, just to tighten it up, you can put the rubber band. It's pretty easy as well, you just have to do this. Okay, wait a minute, I'll put it on. Like that. You can put it in the pin that's coming out, and then it's pretty much tight. So we're going to do the same for the elbow piece, and here's the shoulder piece, which I'll attach later on. So the elbow piece is going to be a bit different, I guess. We're going to need another rubber band. It's tight enough. And I guess the next piece should be right there, like that. Just one of the pins, you just want to take one of those out and face it about 90 degrees like that. then I'll quickly check. Okay, yep, it's the perfect length for the elbow. So I put it in the elbow, and now my elbow is pretty sturdy as well. So yeah, that's how it works. You can modify it later on your own ways. Now the next step we're going to move towards is going to be the fingers and the wrist. So it's going to be a pretty simple one because I've already shown it in many of my previous videos. So we're going to be using the same technique of the Iron Man hand and the Thanos gauntlet, the same technique. So what we're going to do is make a fist first. It's right there. Okay, since we already have the basic layout like that, we can just wrap it around like so. Okay, that's a bit too big, it seems. Settle for that much. So there's the wrist. Okay, I put it there just for measurements. Okay, so that's the exact size. And then we're gonna do these bands like that. So yeah, like that, you can do that and then make some fingers as well. Let me show you how to make the fingers. Let's do the pinky finger. So you want the measurements. It's about that big. And then wrap it around the your real finger like that. Okay, that was a bit too wider. So yeah, like this you can keep on opening it up till it's perfect. There's the pinky, then you can top it off, cap it off at the tip. Like such. And you can mark off the places where you want to make the bends. So yeah, in that way you have a finger ready, and then you can just stick it in there. Then you'll have one of them ready, and you can do the same for the rest of them. So yeah, I will do that, cover them up with the scales, and that should be about it for this craft.